Welcome to the Baton Twirling Podcast, a show about all things baton twirling, from the latest news to interviews with world champions and connections made along the way. I am your host, Sarah Rudine. Baton twirling has taken me on an amazing journey, and I'm here to share part of that journey with all of you, one episode at a time. So sit back, enjoy the show, and let's get rolling. I believe every single baton twirler has been affected by the coronavirus in some way. Today I'm speaking with two coaches at Dance by Eliese in Arkansas. Eliese Freeman and Kendall Baker speak to us about moving to an online platform during this time. Stay tuned until the end of the episode to learn how you can get a free training to create a basic website for your studio.
I am Eliese Freeman. I own Dance by Eliese. We're a dance studio based out of Fayetteville, Arkansas. I grew up as a feature twirler in junior high, high school time, and my biggest motivation in baton twirling is to help it succeed in this area. As I got older, I noticed that there were fewer and fewer baton twirlers, and I want to do everything I can to make them out and visible and striving.
Awesome. That's exactly, I say that all the time. I'm like, it's not going to die if we could get more people excited about it.
Exactly.
So Eliese, how did you get involved with the Arkansas Twirling Line?
So one of their directors actually was my coach when I was growing up. She was a featured twirler for the Arkansas Razorbacks. I'm going to say about 15 to 20 years ago. Yeah. That helped me kind of get familiar with them because at that point I hadn't been to a game. I hadn't seen them twirl back then. But then, so we offer baton twirling classes to very beginner and intermediate students in the beginning, but we're starting to get more advanced students now as they grow. So each summer we do a baton twirling and acrobatic dance camp so that they can learn those acro skills that are conducive to baton twirling and start teaching the skills. I actually reached out to the Razorback Majorette line and said, hey, this is a thing that we do. We'd really love to have somebody come if anybody's interested and just see the kids, meet them, sign an autograph, show them something cool, and let them see what they could really take this and be able to do with. And Kendall is one of the ones that came out, and we realized that a lot of our younger training in dance and a lot of our ideals tend to line up. So we just moved forward from there.
I actually have a really funny story about that. So when Eliese contacted the Razorback Majorette line, and I told them that I would come and do this, I had dreams about being back in dance because I grew up in ballet, and I had it when I got to college and high school because there's only so many hours in the day, and I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
But I had dreams that I was back in the dance studio, I was back dancing, and I was teaching baton. And I came for the dance camp, and I went to Eliese, and I was like, listen, I know you don't know who I am, but I have to teach here. I don't care what I do. I don't care if you pay me. I don't care if I come once a month. But I was like, I have to be here. I've had dreams about this. I have to be here.
Oh, that is so amazing.
So luckily it worked out.
And as a
to come true, and so I dreamed it probably like 3 nights in a row. Like, it was the craziest thing.
That is crazy. That's so cool.
Yeah, and I went up to her and I was like, I know you don't know who I am, but I'm teaching for you.
Like that's exactly how it went. But no, it's perfect. So we have myself here, which I primarily was really good at one baton tricks. Two baton I could do, but it was a struggle, and we're not even going to talk about three baton. Just to be clear, my mom actually, she teaches here as well. She was a majorette in the 70s and was really great as a line twirler, but didn't have any experience between the two of us in competitions or competitive twirling. And so what Kendall's able to bring on that aspect of it, it just really lets us have a complete and wholesome program. So she's perfect. I'm glad she demanded to work here.
That's like, as a studio owner, I would love if somebody was like, I had dreams about this. I need to work for you. I'd be like, I don't even like, let's do this. Let's make this happen.
As weird as it is when somebody you just met tells you that she's been dreaming about it, honestly, it was incredibly comforting and really worked out.
Oh, that is so amazing. What advice do you have for other people who are currently under quarantine or trying to navigate this space for baton twirling on a virtual scale?
readjusted our schedule to make sure that we didn't have any overlapping classes so that as few teachers could be here as possible, because right now we're not in a shelter-in-place order here.
Okay.
So we're still able to meet in very small groups as long as we're keeping our distancing and being very safe and sanitary about everything. So we actually have a setup. We're using a live streaming service so that we can group and video chat. And we actually, you can't see it here, but we have a TV set up in our studio room and an iPad and then a camera on a tripod. So we're recording our classes.
Cool.
We're talking and using music on the iPad, and then we're watching what our students are doing on the TV.
Okay.
So we're actually able to see and interact with them and still teach. For others that are trying to navigate this, it's tough. The most important part is to remember that it's not just tough on you as a teacher. It's really tough on the students because, you know, they're at home 24/7. They're doing school online. They're doing twirling online. They're doing every other extracurricular that they might be enrolled in. But it's not just them. It's also their siblings. You know, their parents are trying to work from home, or maybe their parents are actually necessary and can't be at home with them. So they're having to grow up so fast to do all of it. So I think the most important part to remember is that even though it's difficult and it's a struggle and it really, really stinks, it's not ideal, what you're doing for these kids is so important. You're giving them that sense of normalcy and something that they know that, you know, on Tuesday afternoon at 2:00, I'm going to have my baton twirling class. I'm going to see my friends. We're going to work on some choreography that we're getting prepared for a performance next month. And, you know, maybe that performance is going to happen, or maybe it's going to happen in a different way than what we had originally planned. But I'm getting to do this and I'm getting to work. And I'm not in a room with a ceiling, so I'm really getting to play around with these high tosses, and my teacher's not here to tell me to keep it low. Studio owner to studio owner, dance teacher, twirling teacher to twirling teacher, or student or athlete or otherwise, your best is good enough.
That's really good. That's for moms too. Oh my goodness. Ow.
100%.
Moms, you're doing okay. My son just busted in the room half naked in his underwear. So
that's all right.
Yeah. Perfect timing, Kaden. I couldn't have planned that better.
The other thing is, if there is not a teacher in your area, you know, right now especially, most teachers do have online classes. So if there's somebody and you want to try to learn baton twirling, even if you can't get a baton right now at this point in time, a wooden dowel from Home Depot, while it's not necessarily like the best thing in the world, you can start learning some things. I'd be lying if I said I didn't practice fundamentals and learning new tricks with a pencil in the middle of class in school.
All the time.
Just so you know. You know, reach out. You'd be surprised at what you're able to get done while you're sitting at home.
What are some ways that you promote twirling around town?
Okay, so here at this studio, we encourage all of our baton twirlers to try out for something that we call a strut team. We're kind of in the process of shifting names for all of our baton classes to different gemstones. So our strut team is our diamond baton twirling group. So with that, we have auditions in July, and throughout the fall and then a few spring activities, we do different performances. So one of the really big parades in our area is the Lights of the Ozarks. So all of our baton twirlers get to go twirl in this huge Christmas parade. That's usually the Friday after Thanksgiving, where they turn on all of the lights in the downtown area. So you're in a huge college town, you do about a 3-mile parade, and all of our girls get to twirl. It's such a surreal experience. We also participate in the Twirler Day at the U of A, and then we do a couple other parades, like we do Homecoming, that's also affiliated with the University of Arkansas. We do other local Christmas parades. Until the COVID-19 things happened, we were going to twirl in a talent show for a local nonprofit for people with disabilities, and so we were going to get to perform and open that. So we have students that are able to audition for this team, and when they do, their audition fee and then all the fees associated with it include costume and admittance into all of these programs. We actually do send a video out and put that audition material online.
Mm-hmm.
This year, we'll probably end up doing video auditions.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Well, so if anybody's interested in participating in that, you don't necessarily have to take lessons from us. And so if any of the majorettes at the U of A are coaching students that want to be a part of that, they'll still have to come to rehearsals. They'll still have to audition and pay those fees, but mm-hmm. we're always happy to promote them. And I'd love to see a huge group of baton twirlers just flooding our city. I think that would be wonderful.
How do you keep people motivated during this time?
You know, it's difficult. Mm-hmm. Just to keep everyone motivated via video chat while they're, not able to really get out in the community and perform because we can't get within 6 foot of each other
mm-hmm.
or anything like that. But we're actually, and our students don't know this yet, but we're actually about to do an Instagram contest for our baton twirlers.
Uh-huh.
Working on a lot of tricks. We know exactly what they're working on, but we want them to be able to post things and tag each other and tag us in that, and then see if we can really get them to start supporting and motivating one another. Mm-hmm. Because having that camaraderie in such a can be individual sport, mm-hmm. it helps a lot. Okay. It just, to have your friends and to have your studio and really to have your city back you. Mm-hmm. I've reached out to my bank. We actually did a basically like pep rally barbecue with them recently and had our baton twirlers and Kendall perform. Mm-hmm. And so they're going to help us kind of keep all of our students motivated.
Oh, that's so neat.
To have that support from the community.
What's your Instagram handle?
Oh, at dance_by_Eliese.
Okay.
Liese.
Hey listeners, if you enjoyed today's episode, subscribe to the Baton Twirling Podcast. Stay tuned for next week's episode.